Alrighty, turn that down. Here we go. Round 2 between the Fire and Lightning faction. I nerfed the Lightning Lord. Apparently, the staff already gives him the ability to make clones, so me giving him the cloning ability allowed him to make extra clones. So I toned that down. I found that out by playtesting. So he should still be able to make clones. It just won't be as many. We'll see if that's enough. It might not. The lightning weapons are so good because they can hit multiple units at once. So I'm honestly expecting a total sweep right now. I remember when I first made the Fire faction and no faction could beat them because they would just kill them first. But the Lightning faction can kill them even faster. So here we go. You can see the cost difference is about like almost literal. It's almost exactly 1,000. I think it's 990 coins. What is that? Alright, best 3 out of 5 as usual. Here we go. Alright, so starting off here, ooh, the muskets, it looked like they hit only friendlies for that first volley. It doesn't seem like they hit any enemies right there. Alrighty then. Here we go, the melee units are squabbling now. A thunderstorm looms overhead, a firestorm looms on their feet. People are going. Units are not going to be living that long out here. They're going to die insanely fast. Let's see, who's that? Honestly, I forget the names to the lightning characters because the range units had all of the diversity and they were easy to create because they were a whole bunch of lightning range weapons. There weren't a lot of melee weapons that used lightning, so all I had was the lightning strike ability with Thor's hammer. That still left 3 other units, including the 2 other melee commanders and the boss, who had decided to make a melee unit. I mean, the boss could have been a more range unit. There are bosses that are like more range units, but I think most of them are melee. Well, that's just because most of the human factions bosses are melee units. But but like in the mythical faction, it's more varied. But, yeah, alright, anyway. Looking at the battle, it looks like lightning is gonna come out on top with the melee scuffle. Several of their guys are down, though. That's a normal guy. That's the dude, and he does have clones, but it's a lot less clones. He's not racking them up. There's the second in command for the fire unit going off against one of the melee commanders. That's a normal lightning spear guy. Camera shake. Another melee commander for lightning. Another one, or I think all 4 of them. No, he just died. Well, except for him, I believe most of their melee commanders are alive. Although that glaive might do something. The glaive also ricochets like the lightning bolt, but it's not as devastating. Because what I've noticed, if you look right there, is that when the lightning bolt starts arcing across people, it has a % chance to spawn another lightning bolt as it does that. Which means now, instead of 1 lightning bolt, there are now 2 arcing across you, so obviously it does more damage. Double damage. The lightning arrows from the archers do the same thing. They're basically weaker lightning bolts. Fireballs going out randomly. The boss is, I believe the boss is the one who has like no health left. What? He just got shot. I swear a bullet just Alright then. Whatever, we'll live with it. I'll probably give a bonus battle at the end of this one. Because again, I'm expecting it to be a sweep right here. Oh snap, there's a regular spear. Oh, there was. Wow, how tragic is that? He got hit by one of the last lightning bolts. Insanely unlucky for that guy. Alright, the fire glaive guy throwing his glaive out. It goes through shields. No, it doesn't. My bad, I'm stupid. The lightning bolt goes through shields. The glaive does not. Uh-oh. Ooh, took it to the shoulder. He managed to live though. He toughed it out. Good for him. His friend. Now if it hit him in the head, it might have one-tapped him. But luckily he only got hit in the shoulders. This guy goes down to a spear and like the very center of his body. That's like probably right where his ribcage ends and his abdomen begins. Looks like the fire faction is going to end up losing here. Their range units are too strong. The lightning, that damage rolls to people. And they have 2 wizards. That might be bad. They basically have 2 wizards and only 1 conventional unit, I guess. Conventional range commanders? We consider range commanders. The guy out there dies. Now it's just the Fire Lord himself creating more storms, but those storms really only work when we can stay here. I also might wonder, because interestingly enough, that sword of his is classified as a ranged weapon, which is super weird to me. On why the sword is classified as a ranged weapon. But there was another weapon like that when I was creating the dark faction. I have a light and dark. Did I do a video? Although I don't think I did. Oh, I should totally do those 2 factions next. When I did a light and a dark faction, which is basically, I basically kind of just made a faction of the fantasy good and fantasy evil with this. With, you know, obviously they look different, they look more like my factions normally do, and all that jazz, but yeah. For the most part, they're kind of the same. But, when I made I believe, the Lord of Darkness, I noticed that depending on which hand I had his giant sword equipped, from the transformation. So, for those of you who don't know, the Fantasy Evil faction's boss unit has a transformation, just like the Fantasy Good. They both have transformations. The Fantasy Evil one gets a giant sword, and you can use that sword for custom units. But depending on which hand you equip that sword in, it'll either be classified as a ranged unit, in which case he acts like a ranged unit, or a melee weapon, in which case he acts like a melee unit. So I wonder if the fire sword is the same way, and I just have it in like the wrong hand or something. So anyway, Lightning faction won round 1. Looks like Fire faction is winning the melee scuffle on round 2. One really good unit for the Fire faction is this whip guy, because it is a melee weapon, but, you know, it has some good range. It had some very good range on it. So yeah, Fire faction actually handily won this one. Their melee units are going in, and I believe I achieved a balance between these 2 factions. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know, I guess overall balance, not like battle by battle balance, because both of their respective matches were steamrolls for the most part with their entire range surviving. But both factions have now won a match. I wonder if it's gonna go all 5. These matches are ridiculously short though. I've already went through 2 rounds, and it's only been 9 minutes, and I spent like the first 2 minutes talking. Oh, those crossbows in the back, like, come on, boys. Jeez Louise. Oh, those spears going over the heads of some of these melee soldiers. Alrighty here, round 3. I'm very happy that I seem to have created equilibrium. I think what probably gave the Fire faction the edge is that they probably got a good firestorm off. Like if their melee units sit in that, they're gonna slowly lose their health. So yeah, pretty cool. Uh-oh, looks like lightning is steamrolling. In the first round they won. This one just looks like a clean wash, where they'll still have like a good chunk of their melee units. Going normal speed for a bit. Oh, this dude, just look at the difference between the units here. I mean, sure, they're all at below half health, probably gonna die on their way over to the range units, but they won that melee skirmish handily. Oh, that was a javelin thrower. He's important. He does extreme damage. I believe he can one-shot people. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is. Get lost in such a this is a bit of a more balanced one. Like, actual balance. It's just the range units going at it. Although, I definitely give the lightning faction the edge when it comes to their range units. They have the lightning bolts from Zeus, the 2 mages, and the lightning arrows. So, yeah. Fire faction's range units kinda got crushed. And it looks like Lightning Faction is going to pull ahead 2-1. We'll see if they can close it out 3-1, or if the Fire Faction will make this a bit interesting. I believe we'll just go normal speed for this. Let's see what happens. Alright, people be dying. Looks pretty. See, that's the problem with going at normal speed. By the time you say one thing in the battle, like it's already done from that. Anyway, looks pretty even in the melee fight. Ooh, a lightning strikes the fire wind right here. Pretty generic name for all these guys. I know. They're all generic for all the commanders. They're all generic. I don't even know how to name this guy. Ooh, boom. Oh, you must have caught him right above his shield so he couldn't block that. Oh snap. That might have just saved this guy getting flinched like that. Oh, there's some fire dudes in the backline. There's the second in command in the backline, and he almost killed the Lich. Almost. Ooh, Dragon Punch. He's gonna connect him with something. Oh, he does, and he completely takes out someone. A commander. Is it, I don't know which one. The Lich is right here. He is like wow, yeah, Fire Faction coming in clutch here, tying it up. I don't know how they got back here. Oh, saw that guy get finished off. I don't know how, they probably got blown back here by a lightning ability. That was the lightning bolt guy, because the Lich is back there, and I just saw the wizard staff guy is right here as well. So that was the man with the lightning bolt, the bolt man. I need a better name. I'll probably just rename it to Lightning Javelin. I should have renamed it when it was working. Lightning bolt. So I was going to normal speed as it get crushed. Wow, this is awesome. Balance. Equilibrium. Ooh, fire mage going down there. Probably like the last. Oh no. They're doing the thing that always happens when I hate seeing this. Like whenever I watch someone use tabs and they upload people's custom units, I hate it. I hate it when like range units, and this especially happens with like World War II factions, where range units have this stupid thing where they run away. So cowardly. I feel like that's not in like tabs nature, and it isn't. It happens when you make a range unit and program it to behave like a melee unit. Because apparently the melee units have this thing where they stagger back and then go in for a swing, but they stagger back within their range, which is small because they're melee. But when you give it to a range unit, it basically means that they'll start automatically retreating if like the enemy starts getting too close, or even when they start losing the battle, which is weird, because apparently the AI can sense when their team is losing, and they're already starting doing that little stupid shuffle backwards, and it's so dumb. I don't like it. I don't think that's what. It's not natural. It just doesn't feel natural for tabs to happen, you know. These are two forces going at it. There is no retreat. In fact, you know, before the Legacy update, there was no standing still. You moved forward, and you either slaughtered your enemies or you died trying that. Anyway, in the very last round, I didn't. That was brutal. I believe the melee battle ended in a tie. Now it's just a range unit. Even. Wow. I'm so happy about this. How it's actually pretty even, although it looks like the fire faction is peeling away. We'll see if the lightning faction can get some good lightning bolts across, but missed as well. It's too late. That last firestorm is gonna kill all the guys, and the only other guy that was outside the firestorm has died already. The lightning lich is the last one alive, and he burns to death. Fire faction wins. Look at that. Yeah, I just needed to balance the lightning lord, and the fire faction wins 3-2. Very close. Although one thing I want to do is that I was always frustrated with the fire lord because I felt like he wasn't that. Oh my goodness. I wish I could organize this, or like if they kept it in the order of which you made them. Every time you close and reopen the game, it completely shuffles around all the custom units you made. And I wish I just kept it in the order in which I built them, because I build these guys faction by faction, and so it would be so much easier to just look through it. And as you can see, with some of these units, I do have factions with guns, which is in my factions with guns factions. Alright. We might go to them. But I need to find the Fire Lord. The Fire Lord was actually the first custom unit I created. So right here he is. He has the voice of Zeus. Obviously he has the stats of a boss. You can see some of the modifiers I gave him. I made him heavier. His clothes. My god, it was so, I actually almost ran out of stuff to put on him. Insane. So here's the thing. Flaming sword. Right. Let's see. So he has the flaming sword, and let's remove it. Now let's go flame. Alright. It says it's a melee unit. It says it's a melee thing. Okay. Alright, awesome. It says it's a melee thing, right? But I swear, they might have changed it though. Sword. Yeah, if you put it in their offhand, it gets classified as a ranged weapon, and so they won't use it like that. Okay, so sword, flame sword. Oh wait, it said it was a thingy. It said it was a ranged weapon. Weird. Flaming sword, ranged weapon. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't like it at all. Flame. I just want it to be. Why is it a ranged weapon? Why? So he just stands there. Which is why I gave him the Firestorm ability. Because the Firestorm ability makes you stand still anyway to cast that. Like, come on. Alright. Oh. Alright. Oh, awesome. Cool. I think I fixed them. So I just have to get rid of the Firestorm ability, right? Because I believe I can still give him Flame Breath. Fire Breath. Okay. Fire Breath. Test. Yes, and he will still walk forward. Excellent. With this, he will be a lot more dynamic in the battle, and he will actually do something while that Fire Breath lasts for a while. So get rid of that ability. But now, I always wanted that ability to be in there somewhere, so I'll give it to the Fire Mage, who only, and I'll get rid of his Fire Breath. I don't think he needs Fire Breath. Fire Storm. Boom. Awesome. Override. Fix that. That was annoying me for forever. I didn't know how simple it was. But yeah, you saw that. It was very weird on how it was classified as a ranged weapon. Even though it's clearly a sword. It's a giant sword. Awesome. Well, now that I've changed the things around, let's actually So, round one round one, which was in the last episode, went to the Lightning faction where they dominated it. I then nerfed the Lightning Lord, and now the Fire faction won 3-2, whereas the Lightning faction had a complete sweep. I believe I don't think the Fire faction won. And now it's not a nerf, it's more like I reworked the Fire Lord and the Fire Lich. Now, let's see. Another thing I hate is that every time cooked, like even just by going to the custom unit tab, it gets rid of your whole setup battle, so now you get to watch every setup to fight. Once again, I'll set them up in the standard faction battle formation that I always do, like when I'm just goofing around, not making a video. Fire Knight. Booyakasha. How far? Just that's a good distance. There you go. I'm placing them a bit more slowly so that I can make sure I have the right amount of each. You know? Because I pay attention to that. Boom! From the first elemental faction I made to the last, to the most recent. Lightning Sword. Yeah. And then of course I want to make the two factions parallel to each other. So making the first faction, putting down the guys in the first faction is always easy. Putting down the guys in the second faction is always harder because you're trying to make it parallel to the first one, which can be hard sometimes. But I think I manage. Whoops, one too many. There you go. I mean, obviously it's not going to be exact, but... that's what I named him. I named him the Lightning Commander. That's stupid. Oh, and I totally forgot to... I already renamed him to the Lightning Javelin. I must have done that when I did the last video, which was like 2 weeks ago this one. Alright, boom. Wait, someone's missing. Lightning. Stupid. Alright, here we go. Lightning Archer. Put him a little back. Boom, all of them. I'll grab a seat. Wait a minute. Oh, right, seat's across. Why did I do that? I'm an idiot. Alright, here we go. That was completely pointless. I just had my mouse clicked on the wrong side, on the wrong button. Alright. 3. 1. That looks janky, and it also looks janky. 1, 2, 3. Booyah. Alright. Wizard on this side, Lich on the other. Lightning Javelin in the middle, and the Lightning Lord. Oh wait, I forgot to put the range commanders and the Fire Lord for the Fire faction. So Fire Glaive, Fire Javelin, Fire Mage, Fire Lord. Now we could actually see him use that darn good sword. Oh my goodness, it's always so frustrating seeing him sitting in the back of that huge sword and never use it at all. Although he might not make it, so the fight might already be over by the time he gets up. This also means he's gonna die a lot faster. Like before, I actually had the game mode where the objective wasn't to beat the other faction, kill him entirely. The objective was to kill the Lord, which usually, well, you know, the Lord usually ended up dying last, so that was cool. Because he would stay back. That's when I did the Fire and Ice faction. I do that a lot. Normally the Fire faction pretty much won that scenario 24/7. Alright, here we go. With the reworking, they should have the same tools, they're just in the hands of different people. The Lightning faction handily winning over here on their... What side is this? Hold on. This is the right side. I actually touched my right arm to try to remember the side of it. And the Fire faction won the Lightning's left, and you can see just the burning corpses that remain. Oh my goodness, it's a sight. It's a sight. Oh, he has armbands. That means he's a commander. That's the uniform of a commander. Uh-oh, that might be bad. I mean, that is bad. You you don't want to lose the commander at all. The Fire Lord marches on. The melee battle is, the melee scuffle is already over. So he can't even use it. Did he take a swing? No, he tripped. I thought he swung at this guy. This poor guy. But even as he trips, he spits hot flames and melts his face off. I don't know if they're clones or if they're the actual lightning lord himself. I'm looking around for a staff. A staff on the floor, I don't see it. So I think he's actually alive right now. I think that this might be him. Because the other ones have full health, so that makes me think they're clones. Oh snap, he's alive! The fire glaive is alive and he punches the lightning lord. Ooh, the Fire Lord is still kicking it. He is like half health right now. Oh, I believe that is, yep, he dropped the weapon. That's the lightning. He's down. Fire Lord gets tackled by a clone. Last minute clone. He keeps getting stunned by the wizard. Lightning Lord manages to push forward. He dies though. Lightning strike, lightning strike, it's a lightning strike. Ah, that worked. He got Solo's thunderstorm. Ah, I forgot to change these things. So much I need to change, although I think I'm an actual. We'll see, because the fire faction won that one pretty handily. But, it might just be a thingamajig. Thingamajig, it's thingamajig. Alright. Alright, looking from a top-down view for this one, I believe we're just going to go normal speed for this. See if, what is that? Yo, oh that sucks. Kind of obscure. Ah, what it is. The Fire Lord is actually, he's actually being used as like a bullet sponge. So now he's absorbing it. Now he can absorb it. Oh, he dies. He dies, but he absorbs so much ammo from the range units that it allows fire range units to completely go through it. So now I make them too powerful. Due to the reworking, now that the Fire Lord actually does something. And because before all he really did was the Firestorm. Because the range units never got close enough for him to be affected by his fire breath. And the melee units were dead, but now it's basically like, they basically finally are able to use their boss unit, which is kind of insane considering that they were, like, the second most powerful, arguably the most powerful unit in the game, and they didn't even have proper access to their boss unit. Insane. So now it's just a range unit, and the Fire Lord Bullet Sponge is dead already. They zoomed him down, and just that Firestorm, the Firestorm is a very good ability. As you can see, it completely melts the health of anyone inside of it. I mean, so does the Lich's Lightning Stone, but just not as effective, because that can actually. And there we go, it's a 3-0 sweep, so I might actually have to rebuff. I might actually have to return the Lightning Lord to normal. Wow, this thing is like only 30 minutes long.